Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm back with another interesting video, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to build an online banking website just like this, right? So guys, if you're new to my YouTube channel, please make sure you smash the subscribe button, like this video and share so other people can benefit from this video you're about to watch. So guys, I'm just going to go to the home page of this website. I'll come right here and then load, and boom, we have the home page displayed. Right here we have start your banking journey with Bluecrest. Open your own account online today and manage your finance from start to finish. Right here we have open account today. So this is basically the customer registration page, and right here we have your funds are protected, terms and condition apply. Right here we have bank accounts, mortgage, savings, loans and credits. Right here we have everything you need to manage your money. The fact that everything looks really responsive, it's really mind-blowing about this banking project. So right here we have getting started, open your account and start banking in minutes, right? Right here we have open your account, verify your identity, which shows that the KYC feature is fully supported on this banking system. So right here we have fund your account, bank with confidence, right? So right here we have about Bluecrest trusted bank solution. I'm just going to scroll down. We have mortgage calculator. This is crazy. This is the first time I'm seeing a banking project with this feature, right? Mortgage calculators. Right here we have savings calculator. This is crazy. So we also have savings calculator. We have loan calculator, get quotes, right? Right here we have manage your money has never been simpler. We have a screenshot of the website dashboard, right? And right here we have the personal account, business account, and footer. So I'm just going to scroll to the top, right? I think the fact that this banking system is, we don't have so many menu here. So I'm just going to go ahead and then show you guys how the registration page works. I'll click on register, and right here we have just going to log out of this account. I'll just click on create account. So this is how the registration page looks like. We have the first name, last name, phone number, email, country, state, city, date of birth, gender, account type. Right here we have checking, current, savings, domiciliary. Right here we have preferred branch. We have all these branches. You can actually add more branches if you want to add. Right here we have list of countries, right? Select states, right? Based on country, account password, account pin, so on. So let's just go ahead and sign into our account. So I'm just going to come right here. I'm going to put email, right? And I'll click on continue password. All right, so I'll just go ahead and verify my account pin, right? So verified successfully. So right here we have our users dashboard whereby we have transfer history, statement, security, stocks, card, account logouts, right? Right here we have account activities, we have recent transactions, right? Over here we have market watch, we have account details. So the account details automatically shows at the right bar of your dashboard, right? And right here we have market watch. So these are basically some of these pairs, right? So right here we have virtual card. So I'll just come over to the account details, which basically shows your profile details, right? Branch, gender, account number. Right here we have account summary, right? So under the account summary, let's see what we have. Right. All right. So we have account holder, account number, account balance, right? So we have these are all the transactions done on this system. So the last transaction which was done was on the 28th of February, right? So right here we have stocks and trading. So I'm just going to load. So under the stock and trading, we have market and stocks, right? We have live market portfolio. Right here we have live market price history. Right here we have bank transfer, right? Under the bank transfer, you can actually make a bank transfer directly on this system. So let's just go ahead and put in bank name, address, account number, amount to transfer, receiver's name, routing, and debit from account, right? So it says must be at least 8, right? Let's add one more and click transfer. So guys, this is so clean. We have verification required. Please complete the following check, right? I'm just going to go ahead and put in password, right? Click process transfer, verifying PIN, authenticating, processing. And right here we are being asked for COT code, right? So let's get our COT code. All right, so right here we have enter COT code. We have our COT code. I'm just going to click on next step and it says verifying code, right? We are being asked to put in IMF code. Just click next step. OTP from email, but it can be turned on directly from the admin and it can also be turned off. But right now it's turned off. So right here we are asked for tax code. Just go and then click on next step. So it says validated. Congratulations, you successfully entered all the code. You are now ready to proceed with your transfer. Thank you for your diligence. Just click on confirm and transfer now. So great. Right here we have amount successful, right? We have John, sender, print receipt. Let's go ahead and see how the receipt looks like. Great. So we have something like this on the print receipts page, right? So I'm just going to click on done. And as you can see, we had 102, right? Our balance has automatically reduced by $1,000. So let's come to the transaction history, right? As you can see. So right here, this is the transaction which I did, right? March 8th, which is as at the time of creating this video. This is the account I sent to, and apparently it's pending because the admin has to approve this transaction for it to become successful. So right here we have the ATM card. This is basically whereby you can see your card type, the currency your card supports, the security type, 3D enabled, and we have the usage, right? And this is the card number, and then we have the card name, expiring date. So right here we have transaction pin. So this is basically the interface whereby you can actually change your transaction pin. Right here we have account password, also an interface whereby you can also change your transaction password. So let's go ahead and see what the admin dashboard looks like. Right, so right here, just going to close this. Right, so if you want to log into the admin dashboard, you use this URL, right, slash login.php. So this is how the admin dashboard looks like. We have total accounts 4, active 0, right, monthly volume, right, 1000 as at system live, like nobody is active as at now, right? No account is logged in. If you notice, we're already out of the previous accounts, right? So right here we have verified recent users activities. So let's go ahead to customers and see how you can actually create a new customer account. So right here, you just to go ahead and fill in all these basic details. Right here, we have manage customers, whereby you can actually manage customers on this interface. We have pending transfers. So let's go ahead and check out the transfer we did, which is this. Let's go ahead and approve this transfer. So the transfer has successfully been approved, and on the user end, it should be approved also. So right here we have view all transfer, which basically shows all the transfer done. Right here we have update account. This is an interface whereby you can be able to update an account. Right here we have branch. You can actually create a branch, right? So whoever is creating an account can actually, at the end of the day, work with a branch. So right here we have history, we have debit history, right? So right here we have account number, amount. Right here we have credit history, right? Same thing. Then we have settings whereby we have the transfer codes and PIN, whereby you can turn on certain features you want to work on the site and certain features you do not want to enable on the site. Right here we have settings. Basically, this is where you can actually set your site details, name, number, and also integrate your live chats. And I'm just going to show you one more thing. So let's go to manage customers. And under manage customer, you can just, let's say we click on more, right? So under more, as you can see, we have where you can actually block an account, where you can delete an account, and where you can edit an account, right? So under edit an account, you can also come right there and then add to customers balance, and also you can actually also debit from the customers balance. So same here, we have active, we have inactive. You can actually turn an account to either be active or inactive, right? All right, so we have this point where we have update an account. So this is basically where you actually credit an account, right? So right here we have basically these are the accounts registered on the system for account. So right here we have whereby you can view details, and right here we have where you can actually credit an account, right? So you can actually credit an account with an amount and choose a date, right, which the credit occur. Let's say we want to credit this account with 100, and then let's say credit, right? So the account has been successfully credited with $100. So you can also debit from that account, right? So I'm just going to go back, right? And I'm just going to use this view button. So this shows the account details, location, account opening date, last login, which is today. All this happens in real time, right? Customer ID and so on. So the question right here is how to actually set up an online banking project like this. So I'll be leaving no stone unturned in this video. I'm going to be showing you guys a step-by-step guide on how to build an online banking system just like this. So the first thing you need is a domain and an hosting, right? So a domain is basically a URL which you can actually give out to people to access your website, right? And a hosting is basically a platform that you are hosting your file on. So you need these two things. As soon as you get your hosting and domain, in case you do not have to follow up with this video, right? You can actually use your local server to actually follow up. That is basically that's setting up exam or a WAMP on your system. And if you want me to create a video on how to host a website on a local server, I'll do that in my upcoming videos, right? So I'm just going to click on close, and I already have a cPanel, which is this. So the next thing I'm just going to come right here and do is to create a subdomain, right? I'll click on this domain in order to create a subdomain, right? Then right here, I'll click on create a new domain and call this subdomain bk dot, right? And I'll put the name of this primary domain. So I'm doing this because I already have a website on my main domain. Then I'll click on submit. So this automatically creates a subdomain for me, right? So we have bk dot so on, right? So I'm just going to come right to the cPanel. So basically, this is an interface you're going to get as soon as you purchase an hosting, right? So that is the cPanel hosting. So I'm just going to come over to File Manager. Now that the file manager, I'm going to locate the subdomain which I just created, which is the BK, right? I'm just going to come scroll to the top. Right here we have it here. So I'm just going to come right to upload in order to be able to upload the script for this project. So I'm just going to click on select file and then upload. So we have the upload which is running already 60, 70, 50%. So let's just wait while it's so right now we have the upload which is done 100%. I'm just going to come right here and then refresh, right? I'm going to reload. Right here we have .zip. I'm going to right click and click on extract. So I'm just going to come right here and click extract file in order to be able to extract this project in this folder, right? Then I'm just going to come right here and double click and then right? Remember, this is the folder whereby it was extracted. I'm just going to click on select all, and then I'm going to move all file right to the subdomain I created. So mind you, if you know that you're just building a fresh website, you don't need to follow all this step creating the subdomain. By the time you're giving access to your SIP, and you will see what we call public underscore HTML. So this is where you're going to be hosting your file, right? So I'm just going to come right here, and the next thing I'm going to do is to create a database, right? To create a database, come over to your search bar and then type my SQL database wizard. So I'm just going to click on it and wait while it loads. So I'm just going to call this BK1, right? Which is the name of my database. So the name of my database is interfuge underscore bk1, right? And then I'll go ahead and copy this as my password, right? Please make sure you save these your database details in a notepad so that you will not forget, right? So I'm just going to come right here and sign all privileges, right? Because I want my database to be able to do all, I want to be able to have privileges to do everything on my database, right? So I'm just going to come right here and I'm going to reload. So the next thing I'm going to do is to come over to config, right? So I'll come over to the config.php, click on edit, and then click on edit. So mind you, this script comes with an installation guide that will help you to set up the entire website, right? So I'll click on this. So not necessary setup that will guide you in order to be able to set up your own project, right? So I'm just going to click on save. So I've automatically I've successfully been able to connect the database. The next thing I'm going to do is search for phpMyAdmin and upload my database, right? And I'll click on this phpMyAdmin. So I'll come right here to this bk1 and then I'll click on import, right? So as soon as I'll click on choose file to be able to select the database which I want to import. Then I'll scroll down and click on import, right? This successfully imports my database, which enables my project to run, right? So great. I'm just going to come back right here. So we have all these folders on the system. So in order to be able to find your database for when you get the script, right, you come over to SQL, then you find your database file, right? And also to be able to set up your mail, right? As you can see, we have the mail folder and we have the mail.php, right? So basically, this is basically the simple step you're going to follow to set up your project. The next thing we're going to do is to go ahead and access our website, right? So what I'll just do is to go ahead and copy this, right? And then paste in a new tab and change this web to BK, right? And then I'm going to hit enter. So with this, I've successfully been able to set up my banking project, right? So we have the blue crest and so on. So very simple step. So if you want to be able to change your logo, just come right here to settings, right? Under settings, come over to brand assets. You'll be able to upload a brand logo and favicon, which automatically change the default logo on the website, right? So basically, this is how to literally set up this banking project. Okay, to be able to get the script used in this video, can you check the description of this video? You find our WhatsApp contact, right? You can actually be able to reach out to our customer support. Our customer support are active 247 to attend to your inquiries, right? So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you know you enjoyed this video, please make sure you give this video a thumb up, smash the subscribe button, and make sure you share. See you guys in my next video. Bye for now.